Welcome back, guys, to the Theo and Prince Symposium. Today we're going to be talking about efficiency and maintaining relationships.
Yes.
I think we have a few voice notes and messages from a couple of people. But before we delve into that, I want us to just recap on some of the things that we spoke of on the previous episodes. So there's something we spoke of the importance of planning and why planning is so important. And then we wanted to talk about the Pareto and Parkinson's law in relation to ensuring efficiency and sort of like setting time aside so you can spend time with friends and family.
Yes.
Then I spoke of the different generations of planning and their connotations. So the first, second, third, and fourth generations. And this was a reference to Stephen Covey's book. He basically came up with those four generations, and we sort of like spoke of it.
Yeah.
So the first generation was more a case of just making notes and a checklist. Second generation was calendar and appointments. Third generation was more a case of bringing your values and core principles in relation to your agenda and your principles. And then the fourth generation was more focused on preserving and enhancing relationships with others, as opposed to focusing on time and things and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That was a really good one. And I think I made a point about how in my head it was a case of as soon as you move to the second or third generation, does that render the first generation useless? And then you explained how it doesn't really render the other generations useless. It's more a case of you can still be on the third generation, which is about planning your time on your calendar, or on your fourth generation, which is focusing on relationships, and still make use of the first and second generation, which are like using notes and checklists and stuff like that.
Of course.
So yeah, that was a good point that we had a bit of a discussion about.
And I think with the voice notes and the feedback that we got from people in relation to how they maintain their relationships, we can see a bit of everything really across the four generations over here. So that was that. And then there's something about texting and calling. I think there was more of a preference given to calling as opposed to texting. If it was a case of texting somebody's rather, I think I'd rather a case of texting to set time up aside to actually have that conversation, because the conversations tend to be a little bit more meaningful than actually sending a text.
Yeah, this is one that I absolutely adore. And since I got my new AirPods, shout out to Huawei. And since I got these AirPods on my bus journeys home from work, I find time to actually give people a phone call. And I think it really does reduce that resistance, because I can be on the phone to someone and while still having my hands free to do other things like text, or maybe or like whilst I'm walking I can still be on the phone to someone. I guess it kind of reduces that resistance of being as lazy as I am, holding my phone up to my ear. It seems like a bit of effort. So like having the AirPods in has really made it easier. And that's been also my excuse for wanting to get the AirPods. So yeah, definitely.
So if you're Prince's friend, just give him a call and he will answer.
Yes. And I think you can say that since I got the AirPods, I've answered a lot more calls than I haven't.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
I haven't actually taken note, but yeah, sure.
You can't say yeah, sure if you haven't taken note. Okay, maybe we'll come back next week and give a preview.
Yeah. And then there's something about pointless meetings.
Yes.
It's something along the lines of if a meeting could be done, or if, say for instance, there's a message that could be conveyed over the phone. So if it could be conveyed over the phone, and it could be like a 20-25 minute discussion, why arrange a meeting that's going to take an hour plus? Because generally meetings tend to take a very long time. And then there's one more thing which I still struggle with till today, which is setting time aside to read emails during the day, and then working rewards, which you spoke of.
Briefly, yeah. The email one is one that I really struggle with. I find I get more emails than I have time to look at.
Yeah, Have you got an email at work?
I've got an email at work. I've got an email, my personal email.
Okay.
So like, yeah.
All right.
And then I get work stuff sent to my personal email sometimes as well.
Yeah, try not to cross over work emails and personal emails. I think that's a no-go. That's deadly.
Deadly stuff.
Suicide.
So shall we move into... What was that?
Suicidos. Arikari.
Who sang that?
Chris Brown.
I wonder how he manages his time and his relationships.
Yeah, very interesting.
He seems like quite a busy guy.
Yeah. I hope that song isn't in relation to him struggling to manage his time.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. But yeah, that's Chris Brown.
Yeah.
So I guess we move on to today's topic.
Yeah.
We've got some voice notes.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to play the first one. The first one is from my friend Shaquille, who's also a boxer. Come
on, 5-0.
5-0.
Yeah, undefeated.
Undefeated.
Middleweight.
Yeah, I think he's middleweight.
Yeah,
I think he's middleweight. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Professional boxer, undefeated.
Yes.
Committed to the cause.
Yeah.
Dedicated guy.
Yeah.
Top lad.
Absolute top lad. So I'll just get up his voice note now. Where is it?
A few inches later.
Yes, got it up. Here we go. So this is Shaquille, and yeah, let's have a listen.
Hello, my name is Shaquille Thompson. I'm a professional boxer, and the best way for me to maintain a relationship whilst maximizing productivity is to plan my days before they do come. I like to wake up early, do a to-do list, plan my day ahead. This will include training twice a day, especially if I'm in a training camp, but also include plans with my partner, whether that's going for a meal or going on a walk, etc.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really dope. Can you play that one more time?
One more time, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll play that one more time. Make it a bit louder.
Hello, my name is Shaquille Thompson. I'm a professional boxer, and the best way for me to maintain a relationship whilst maximizing productivity is to plan my days before they do come. I like to wake up early, do a to-do list, plan my day ahead. This will include training twice a day, especially if I'm in a training camp, but also include plans with my partner, whether that's going for a meal or going on a walk, etc.
Nice. Thank you again, Shaq, for that voice note.
So that's really dope.
Yeah.
So straight away, there's something I picked up straight away. I think there's an element of the fourth generation in there, which is that he's got a partner that he works with.
Yeah.
That he trains with, and I think there's also an element of there's a crossover between him and his partner, trying to maintain that, I guess, relationship with his partner and to sort of like maximize efficiency, as well as second generation, something along those lines, so having a to-do list and planning his day ahead, that kind of stuff. So I think,
really dope stuff.
Yeah, like that.
Absolutely. And like you said, that planning aspect, I think that is so important.
Yeah.
When you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Exactly.
I don't know who said that, but it was one of the profound men out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's something I think is really important. And yeah, he says he trains twice a day. That's mad.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
I like Shaq. Yeah, I remember I went to a boxing match in Leeds once,
and
then I saw him at the boxing match, and obviously they come out, they do the whole show and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he came out and he took his boxing jacket off. And I was like, damn, yeah, that guy definitely trains once or twice a day.
Looking hella chiseled, and
bro, lean as fuck. It's mad.
Did it make you question yourself,
bro? I was looking at him like I need to hit the gym, man. This
nah, please don't.
This shit ain't right.
Yeah,
but
it's testament to the hard work that he does, I guess.
Definitely. So big up, Shaq, man.
Yeah, thank you very much for that message, Shaquille. Yeah, I'm gonna go on to mine. So this is a message from a good friend of mine called Tatenda Masivananga.
Great last name.
He in the year of 2018, he was the community youth champion for young Zimbabwe achievers.
Cheers.
So he won an award for that.
Yeah.
He's a very hardworking gentleman. And we went to uni actually together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. He studied law, and he's currently a lawyer. So that's what he does, an immigration lawyer. But I'm just gonna read the.
Let's get one time for the uni stories. I'm sure he's got a lot of good ones with yourself.
Yeah, definitely gonna bait me out.
Get ready to tender. We're coming for you.
So my name is Tatenda, and I practice immigration and family law at a solicitor's firm based in West Yorkshire. In addition to this, I also run a security company. Theo asked me to speak on how I balance work, life, and relationships, and the truth is that it's a very difficult question that I have struggled to answer conclusively. There's no formula, and sometimes I feel like I am neglecting one over the other. I am married and I have a 5-month-old baby. I work 8 hours for 5 days, and on weekends I tend to my security business. In addition to that, I still have to make sure that I do my bit to help out at home, to make sure that my mom, single parent in brackets, is taken care of. Things like mowing the lawn and little things around the house still need tending to, and sometimes that can be difficult because I live in Leeds and she lives in Sheffield. On top of that, I try to maintain my relationships with my friends whom are also in similar situations. We all have full-time jobs and family commitments and we have also moved to different cities, so it's difficult to get together even as a small group. And yeah, so that's what he sent me so far. He says he's going to send me more later, so I guess I'll share so I guess so that's a Tatenda Masivananga.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that because obviously you brought the aspect of family into it, and I mean, I don't have kids yet, but I can assume that once they start to come into one's life, they can demand a lot of your time and attention.
Yeah.
And I love how he talked about the little things, like mowing the lawn and cutting the grass.
Yeah.
And I guess those little things, as little as they are, I guess those can help you make those relationships and bond with people, because you can also always get people involved in that, right?
Yeah, straight away. What I'm picking up from this is an effort to sort of like try to maintain relationship with his with family and people around him, especially with his mom and with his mom and his partner and his obviously 5-month-old baby.
Yeah.
In relation to obviously doing his bits and bobs around the house and that kind of stuff. So that's what it seems like is more focused around, as opposed to making a to-do list and then crossing them out on a day-to-day basis. So that's what I'm picking up from this message.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Which is really good.
Sounds like he's really using that 80-20 rule.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but that's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. Thank you for that message. Definitely have you on at some point to bait out Theo's uni stories. Right, so we got another one from my pre-reg tutor, aka my boss, aka my manager, Altaf Vaya. Altaf is a very outspoken gentleman who works a lot in who's very known in the pharmacy scene, especially in Leicester, being a LPC on the LPC board. I think he's the LPC chair at the moment.
Okay.
LPC is the Leicester Partnership, the Leicester Pharmacy Committee.
Right. Okay.
So they work with a lot of pharmacies in Leicester and stuff.
So that's a big role.
Yeah, really big role. And he also works in his religious commitments and stuff like that as well. So
okay.
I'll play the voice note, then we can have a little discussion afterwards.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing it.
My name's Altaf Vaya. I'm a pharmacist at Alpharm Chemist, and I do lots of different activities in the pharmacy, including being the chair of the LPC and being a vocal community member in my religious community. It's very difficult to keep up with everything, but balance is important. So it's good to keep on working daily, working hard and keeping up with everything that life throws at you. But at the same time, you need to have your balance with your family, your wife and your kids. and sustaining a good balance between work and your spiritual world and your physical world.
Thank you for that, Alta. Beautiful. Thanks, man. That's just beauty in there.
So that's Alta. Thank you very much, Alta,
Thank
for
you,
that
Alta,
voice
for
message.
that. Absolutely, yeah.
I think straight away from that, similar to Tatenda's voice note, and some elements of what Shaq's voice note. It was a lot about, I guess, maintaining relationships with family, friends, and sort of like, you know, more a case of finding the balance, but how best can I ensure that I keep that balance, I guess, between you know, myself and, you know, community, wife, kids, this, that, and the other, you know. So I think as opposed to, okay, let's have a calendar, let's have a checklist, let's tick, let's tick, you know. And I think it's good. That's quite profound. I think that's quite profound.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. To add to what you said as well, he mentioned about the spiritual aspect, which I guess is a big part. Not everybody is spiritual, but I guess it's a big part of a lot of people's lives. Yeah. And I think, you know, sometimes when that side, which is a part of your life, you know, you find balance with that, it can also help you find, you know, balance with a lot of other things as well. So yeah, I'm speaking from personal experience. As the spiritual side of our lives has gotten stronger, I feel like a lot of our, you know, a lot of the energy we give out and a lot of the time we spend with others has also become a different type of interaction, you know. A positive one. So for those who are spiritual, absolutely, I think, you know, it is an important aspect of connecting as well, and keeping that balance and that strong that strength there. So yeah, for sure. So thank you, Atta, for the message.
Thank you.
It was at the end of the day, so I know he was tired.
Yeah,
I was lucky tired as well, but
thank you very much.
Stayed late to give me that, so thank you, bro.
At some point we might have to also get out of
on the show
on the
for
podcast
sure.
that you share,
for sure, man.
one or two things about life, I guess.
He's got some good stories, I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, looks like it.
So yeah, to bring this to a close and to conclude, there's 3 tools, I guess, overarching themes, I guess, we've picked from the podcast we done earlier and the voice notes, which I guess are good takeaways from this. The first one being balance, and having that good balance between different aspects of your life. That's your relationship, your work, if you're religious, that aspect of your life as well, and just keeping everything in check.
Yeah, and the other one would be, you know, I guess, rather than focusing on time and things per se, and being bogged down on efficiency more, I think it'd be more beneficial to focus on people and maintaining that relationships with other people, and eventually, I guess, that would, you know, transcend into you having an efficient and more productive sort of, like, you know, life to an extent. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So being people focused rather than time focused. Yeah. I can back that. And the last one would be planning, and the importance of, you know, making sure that you plan for situations, and you plan for events, and you plan for the people, like you said, that matter in your life. So planning, spending time on relationships rather than on time per se. Yeah. And what was the last one? Balance, and having a good balance, Isiah A, in your life. So thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Yeah. And make sure you like, subscribe, and all the rest. And we'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.